Hey everyone, it is Tasty Taste from Blood of Kittens, and in this video, you're going to learn about the new army you're gonna hate. And this is just when you thought you had enough of Custodes and Tau, a third army's coming to make you cry. Right after this, quick intro. Hello and welcome to the week that was in Warhammer 40k tournaments, where we speed through some of the winning lists from the previous weekend. Last weekend saw 7 events with at least 5 rounds and 28 players, and 1 army with a new codex dominated. Eldari were featured in 9 of the top 3 finishing lists, and they also took 3 out of 7 of the first place showings, with the Tau Empire and Adeptus Custodes splitting the remaining first place podiums. Between those 3 armies, they held 15 out of the possible 21 lists from the weekend. It is clear we are seeing a tier above the rest. Now with that, let's do a quick dive into a variety of top army lists from the 7 tournaments this past week. First up, at the lightly salted Spring GT, Marshall Peterson's Necrons took 2nd place. Marshall's Necrons featured only one of your usual dynastic codes, going with a Rise Against the Interlopers, which allows his army to do auto wounds on 6s, unlike the 6-inch pre-move which people usually take. Moreover, Marshall took some rare units, things like the Night Scythe and the Traveler, which he used really to leverage the flayed runs and Scorpet destroyers in his opponent's faces. As for Marshall's path to victory, he started off by losing to Speed Freak Orcs, then he beat Raven Knights, Valorous Heart Sisters, then some Crusher Stampede, and then finally destroyed Dread Knight Grey Knights. Marshall's list also looks to have leveraged tons of small units to take objectives and do mission actions, while his opponent had to deal with the more dangerous threats. Up next, at the calm before the storm, Don Maddox Orcs took 3rd place. Unlike the typical Speed Freaks Orc list that we've seen dominating, Don went with another current popular list build, and that is Goth Orcs led by Gaz. The recent price drops to Mega Noms and Battle Wagons have really opened up the possibilities for this list, and Don took it to his full advantage. Thanks to strats like Hit 'em Harder, Mega Noms smash like freight trains, especially when you add in the Goth and Gaz bonuses. His Orcs went 4-1, going through New Eldar, then losing to New Eldar, beating Martyred Lady Sisters, then some Black Templars, and finally Grey Knights. Moving on to the Free State GT, we had Eldari take all the top 3 spots, but with one problematic wrinkle from Zach Kerstetter and his Drukhari / Harlequins monster combo. Zach answered the question, what if I take a sample of the best units from 2 codexes and combine them? Zach's list featured some Thick City, along with damage dealing Incubi. Then he decided he needed to fill the shooting gap with 6 Void Weavers, and on top of that, rounded out the entire list with a unit of Sky Reavers. The end result was going 5-0 and a 2nd place finish, just missing out on 1st because of points. Zach went through Adeptus Custodes, Crusher Stampede, Deathwing Dark Angels, Meta Farsight Tau, and then once again Custodes just for good measure. With the next event, it's time to play the game of Is It Toxic or Not? With 3rd place finisher Kyle Grundy's Towelist from the last of the summer Winehammer GT. Kyle decided it was time to put 2 should-be-fixed shortly loopholes / exploits currently in the game in one list. Kyle's Tau list features, and he's not alone here, Farsight Allied World Detachments, which if you read as rules as written, allows you to get around the Farsight restriction on not being able to take ethereals. Kyle then combos this with the bodyguard rules to make all his characters nigh unkillable. But thankfully, Kyle did not add in broadsides in this list to make it the true nasty Tau meta list. Kyle went 4-1 by first losing to Drukhari Harlequins, but then he went on to beat Meta Custodes, Successor Ultramarines, Meta Harlequins, and then Custodes again. Now for a bit of a palate cleanser. We go on to Confrontation Redemption number 1, and 3rd place finisher, the slowly turning British Eric Horinger, and his Genestealer Cult list. Genestealer Cults have been mostly lost in the shuffle of 2022 codexes, sadly falling quite far behind, but for a few top players have had some success with them. Eric went Twisted Helix to get some defense from +1 wound units and strength 8 or strength 6 shooting. He also took Twisted Helix to make Aberrants playable. So while you're dealing with Eric's big threats, he is still flooding the board with cheap small units that are taking objectives and performing actions. His cult went 4-1 while only losing in the final round to Custodes. But to get that far, Eric had to defeat Astral Claws, Custodes, the second place finisher of Leviathan Tyranids, and then finally some Ardent Shroud Sisters. Next, at the Copenhagen GT, we had Killy Paskey win second place with his non-Harlequin Eldari army. Killy used Uthway, fielding a vast variety of units that in the past would have been a very fluffy list. As it is, this Eldari list features tons of indirect damage, followed along by aspect warriors galore. Uthway attributes are powerful, providing durability around the edges along with a wound reroll. Then when you combine with fate dice, you are likely to get all the rolls you ever need. Still, I'm not sure why the avatar is in this list. Killy went 4-1, only losing in his last game to Tau. But he went on to beat Iron Hand Vanguard Vet list, a Genestealer Cult army, Silent King Necrons, and a Leviathan combo Genestealer list. Finally, we take a look at Daniel Samson, second place Drukhari list from CAD Bash 15. Daniel showed us that if it ain't broke, don't fix it with classic Thick City, spamming Grotesque, backed up by Talos, and your usual Drajar and Court of the Archon suspects. Daniel went 5-0, missing first place by points. Daniel went through not one but two Astra Militarium lists, Valorous Heart Sisters, new meta Harlequins, and a Strike Team Spam Towelist. That will do it for this week. Thanks for watching. And if you want to see the rest of these top 3 lists in detail, click on the links in the descriptions below. And as always, if you like this content, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and ring that bell. Thank you so much.